Hello one and all, welcome back to the Waiver Wire Show, your weekly show where you vote on the mod and we insult the shit out of it. I'm Most One, your host. The results are in and we are off. We're beginning our journey this week in the Alola region, where Professor Shirtless has enabled the help of Kahuna Sumo Man to give us our starter Pokemon. Our topic this week is the water-type starter introduced in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Popplio, or rather its final evolution, Primarina. Before we decide to trek all across the 4 islands to complete our island challenge, let's talk about this particular water starter. Its stats are halfway decent, as HP stat of 80, attack and defense of 74, special attack of 126, special defense of 116, and speed of 60. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Waiver Wire is back. We are talking about yet another slow as shit Pokemon. But this Pokemon is of the water and fairy typing, which is very nice, offensively and defensively. Offensively, it can handle fire, ground, rock, fighting, dragon, and dark. While defensively, it can handle bug, dark, fighting, fire, ice, water, and it is flat out immune to the mythical beasts of lore, also known as dragons. And its water typing helps negate its weakness to steel, but that's neither here nor there. So this is a very nice mod. So let's find out why we should draft this thing in the GBA. As mentioned, its typing is very nice. Defensively, it has twice as many resistances as it does weaknesses, with a flat-out immunity to one of the most potent offensive types in the game, Dragon. Fire, fighting, and dragon are some of the most prominent offensive types in the GBA, and Primarina can sit in front of them all and just tra-la-la its way to victory. Its special attack can make it a very good wall breaker, while its special defense paired with its decent HP can let it check other special threats, especially with its actually very wide move pool. It has enough coverage to check even more types that its dual stabs will miss. It has psychic coverage to let it cover its own poison weakness, ice can cover its grass weakness, while access to ghost and grass moves provide fine neutral coverage. It also has a few useful utility moves to add to its diversity, allowing Primarina to fill several different roles on a team. It can have dual screens to bolster your team's defenses. It can use Wonder Room for some defensive shenanigans. It can run Encore or Parasong to force switches. It can run Misty Terrain to protect your team, and unfortunately the opponents, from statuses. This can be especially fun against Guts and Toxic Heal users. Its signature move can even be useful against offensive powerhouses who use Guts, like Conkeldurr or Heracross. Again, as long as they don't get a hit off, because, well, Primarina is pretty physically frail. While Primarina has options to raise its defense with Reflect, or Wonder Room to switch its defenses, or Scald to burn the opponent, it needs to get set up. Otherwise, its low base defense and only decent HP don't allow it to be a reliable check to many hard-hitting physical attackers, especially if they have coverage against it with Thunder Punch or Poison Jab to very easily take it down. And as stated earlier, true to Waiver Wire roots, Primarina is a very slow Pokemon. Its base 60 speed allows it to move a bit faster than other defensive oriented mons, but it's easily threatened by faster offensive mons. Again, they can have coverage for it. But perhaps the most debilitating con is that it is such a prima donna. As the soloist Pokemon, Primarina doesn't work well with others. It always demands to be front and center at every battle. It's also a very high maintenance Pokemon. If it's drafted, its coach needs to constantly give it tea with lemon and honey after every time it switches out and after every battle, as its throat is so delicate and essential to its performance that it simply refuses to perform/battle if it doesn't get the treatment it expects, and you can find it in its trailer. So, all in all, Primarina is a very good Pokemon if you have the patience and the teabag supply to make it happen. So if you were to theoretically draft it, you could run these sets. Our first set is a very generic Smogon set, you know the routine. It is a Life Orb special attacker running Hydro Pump, Moonblast, and Psychic for its stab coverage, and running Encore to potentially force out a switch. Running Life Orb with 252 EVs in HP and special attack, running the Modest Nature, because we don't care about outspeeding things, we're not going to anyway. Our next set is a Light Clay support mon, running Light Screen Reflect, Misty Terrain to help with statuses, and Moonblast. Again, with 252 in HP, but this time 252 in special defense, running the Calm Nature. We're running Moonblast mainly to not be complete and utter taunt bait, while providing good utility for the team that can greatly benefit. Our third set is a little bit more of a fun defensive tank set. Baby Doll Eyes allows us to lower our opponent's attack with priority, so it can help out. Hopefully we still don't take a hit, but you know. We could also run Wonder Room to let us take even more physical hits. We're running Energy Ball to help take care of other annoying bulky water types, and running Scald just to take care of other attackers and get just to get some good damage off and hopefully burn some things that don't want to be burned. And running Leftovers for passive recovery, as unfortunately Primarina lacks reliable recovery. But our last set is our Bill set, the Diva set. Now this set takes into account the fact that Primarina's hidden ability was just released. So this is a potential future set for the GBA if it allows Primarina's Liquid Voice in next season. Running Rest and Sleep Talk with Snore and Hyper Voice. Running Leftovers to get some more passive recovery, and just being a very solid wall breaker with 252 HP and 252 special attack, again with the Modest Nature. But this means Primarina will sing at the top of its sleeping lungs. We call this the Dozing Diva. So that concludes this week's episode of Waiver Wire. Be sure to tune in next week when we poke fun at another Pokemon that you choose. Next week's straw poll is going to be in the description below. Be sure to vote on who you want to see. Your choices are Alakazam, Abomasnow, Ambipom, Arbok, Articuno, Aurorus, and Altaria. Be sure to leave a comment below on a potential Pokemon that was not drafted that you want to see made fun of in Waiver Wire. Now before I leave you, we have a very special performance from Primarina itself. So on that note, I leave you now. This is Ospastic1 signing off and leaving you with this very special performance.